This Ruto split. He's unbearable. Exactly. Except he's the most bad man ever. And so, Happer's told so Happer's being told by Gidget here that Gonzi saw Renton running away, and his last words to Gonzi were, "Take care, everyone." So, yeah. So there's Gonzi there. He's the little weird man. Gonzi's really good, he's important. And Talo's like, "Dang it, that fucking kid, that... Anogaki. Tuku." And the way that he's being such a problem. But surprise, Holland's fine with it, going, "Oh yeah, it saved me the trouble kicking him out of the airlock." And he didn't take the nerve ash, so Holland's like, "Why would I go after him? He hasn't taken anything that I want. Fuck him." So Ragga is like, "Hey, kid, I don't like the idea, Holland, that we'd abandon someone who's been with us for such a long time. He's been with us for a long, long time." And Gaynor says, "Yeah, especially considering who's responsible for pushing him to this point, that he ran away." So Holland's like, "Hey, oi, Megane." He's like, "Oi, Four Eyes. Say it, I dare you, say it." And he goes, "Alright, I will. He left because you kept taking everything out on him, or don't you even see that?" And Garrett's like, "Yeah, he could act without thinking, and he was stupid sometimes. That doesn't justify all the shit you did to him." And Holland's just like, "Damn brats." And then Jiren is like, "Hey, Holland, I was always willing to accept that you as a suitable leader for our group, but something's been seriously twisted with you. It's wrong enough that even Renton, who once idolized you, has lost faith." So Holland yells that none of us know what's going on, and none of us have any right to say anything. Yeah, it's weird that Holland isn't hitting boys that will fight back, right? Very strange, very strange. It's because he knows fucking Jiren would kill him and eat him. And then Gaynor says, "Hey, you're the one who's been keeping everybody out, so that's the reason we don't know anything." And then Garrett says, "Enough's enough. He signed up to work with friends, not to be the private army of a guy who won't even tell his supposed comrades what's really going on." And then Holland's just like, "Well, if you don't like it, you can leave. Temeruma. Just leave, get out, just like the brat." And Kay's like, "Well, I've had enough of watching this. I think it's you who should be given this ultimatum, my guy. If you don't like it, then you can leave." And I was like, "Alright then, I will." And he's like, "I'm an outcast among outcasts, I guess. And if you won't put up with how I do things, then I guess the Gecko State's gonna go out on its own." And then that's when Hap and Matthew go, "Hey, fearless leader, there's a bunch of enemies after us, and we can't deal with that just by ourselves." But Holland doesn't give a fuck. He just tells them to shut up. He says they got along just fine by themselves before, and they'll do it again. And then Tello's like, "Holland, you..." And then Jamil and Gain come in like, "Alright, Holland, settled down. There's no point in having this argument over Renton when he's not even here." So what Gain suggests is that we deal with this after Renton's come back. And then Garrett's like, "Oh yeah, we should search for Renton, definitely." And then she's like, "It'd be dangerous to have all of us do it." And so Gain's like, "Oh, she's right. We'll send a small detachment to do the job." And so Jiren's going to do it because he's had enough of arguing with this certain cranky bastard. And Jiren will come along too, because she loves playing with Renton, because she's literally 6. And Renton has the brain of a 6-year-old sometimes. Kay's going to come with too, figuring that the August's flexibility will be helpful. And then Mimsy starts to get worried, and he's like, "The chairman of the Aman wouldn't expect their precious singularity to be wandering off on its own, so I'll be fine." Garrett wants to come as well, and he's going to convince Renton to come back once he found him. And Gaynor wants to help with that, and then Gaynor's like, Gaynor. And he says he's going to look for Renton while Gaynor should stay with Holland, because it'd be educational in many ways to study such a charismatic man. So, charismatic. And so, Gain, Kay, Jiren, Chiru, and Garrett will go do a route split all by themselves, and everyone else will stay and guard the ships. So it's up to Rand to decide where he's going, and we're going to go with the ships. The this time because we're not keeping this. Like, we'll keep the other route. I've never done the other route before, the searching for Renton route, because I'm not that fussed about searching for Renton, but we're not going to search for Renton, we'll stay with the ships. And so he says, Gain can see the search through, and he figures that Jamil might have trouble keeping Holland safe all by himself. And then, yeah, no, that seems like it. It seems like it. And elsewhere, here's Dewey getting in touch with Ray and Charles. And it's Ray beams and Charles beams. Ray and Charles. And he's got in touch with them for the first time in a long while. And Ray sniffs. Here she is, sniffing at the old friend act, considering he broke into their comm network to make the call. You hate his just there so much? No, he's incredible. And Charles asks what a big shot like him would want with poor bodyguards like them. And so Dewey wonders if the job's good enough for them, and Ray is like, oh yeah, we do alright. But Dewey's got an offer, and realising where this is going, Charles says, we're not coming back to the army, my guy. And he finds their current carefree life a much better fit than the routine of a soldier, and, as he says here, leaves him more time to spend with his wife. He just loves his wife. Charles is just a wife guy. And so, the two of them wonder why in the blazes would they take Dewey's damn offer. And he says to settle the score with Holland, of course. And that gets Charles' attention, and he agrees to at least hear him out. But Ray's not particularly pleased with this. Meanwhile, in Gainer's room, Gainer and Annette's room, sicko, he's got in touch with Cynthia for some more over battle, and he's told her about a trip to South America, but the connections still must not be right because he still can't see her face. But she says she's en route to South America as well, and Gainer's like, wow, what a coincidence. And she hopes that they'll be able to have that date that they couldn't have before, and he apologises for not showing up due to what happened during the Cortez stuff. But she's not angry though, and meeting him now would serve as ample compensation. And Gainer's glad to hear that, and he looks forward to seeing her soon. Look forward to it, King.